Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you. Oh, it's lots of you. Everybody can hear me? The sound is good? Yeah? Super. I'm very glad to be here today to kick off and to continue to kick off the Push Backlash event with this roundtable that I'm very honored to moderate this afternoon. One of the things that I enjoy most about being able to chair events like this is to be surrounded by people that are more accomplished and more impressive than I am and get to ask them questions. So thank you very much, Zoe, for giving me the opportunity to be here today to be able to speak with people that really aim to give back to their communities and engage with difficult topics throughout their sort of professional and personal lives. I look forward to some of the points they will make over the next hour or so, and that will continue to, and the conversations that will continue to carry over networking and the drinks that Rachel just recently mentioned thereafter. As Zoe mentioned, my name is Dzeneta Karabegovic. I am a migration scholar based at the sociology department at the University of Salzburg. Before I continue, I wanted to just also personally thank Rachel for making her way here to Salzburg from Istanbul to keynote and to sort of provide us this perspective in terms of how the international community sees this intersection of gender and politics and democracy and the interplay, particularly with pushback and then attempts to push back on the pushback. And I appreciated in particular the sort of aspects of transnationalism, right? The transnational actors that are also very much part of the pushback around the world. And I think it's interesting for us to think about, I mean, for me as a migration scholar, I'm always thinking in a transnational perspective about ways of how we work together, right? In solidarity is what you mentioned, whether it's within civil society, academia, policy, elected office, etc. I've known Rachel for many years, and it's nice to have a fellow Vermonter, and we keep seeing each other everywhere else but Vermont over the last decade or so, so thank you for being here. Push Backlash is a transdisciplinary, gender-diverse consortium aiming at equipping pro-equality actors with practical toolkits for responding to anti-gender equality and anti-feminist discursive strategies. We talked a little bit about the political narratives ongoing and backlash tactics. To that effect, one of the objectives of the project is to develop solutions, policy recommendations, and context-sensitive tools for engendering democratic spaces from an intersectional perspective, and to thus co-create and disseminate knowledge for gender equality. Having this in mind, I'd like to introduce our four esteemed roundtable participants. Each of them wears at least one hat. And I apologize in advance for not being able to sort of do justice to your biographies in the short period of time that we have allotted for this roundtable. Andrea Klambauer serves as the Minister for Housing, Women, Youth, Science. You okay? Everybody's okay? Oh, no. Youth, Science, and Integration of the Salzburg State Government, a position she has held since 2019. Last year, she also became the spokeswoman of the NEOS, the New Austria Party, in Salzburg. She brings a wealth of experience, including international experience in business and human resource management at a variety of organizations. Thank you for being here. Anna Schiester has served as municipal councillor for the city of Salzburg since 2019. She was the youngest member to head the social committee, and she now serves on the construction committee. And as the spokeswoman for social affairs, I said most of them wear multiple hats. So the spokeswoman for social affairs, integration, youth, and women in the municipal council. Austria loves the long titles and everything. And also as the deputy district spokeswoman for the Salzburg Greens. Welcome. Sabine Veits-Falk is the director of the Salzburg City Archives. She is a historian, she is an archivist, she's a lecturer at the University of Salzburg. Her research and publications are focused on urban, gender, and social history, the history of migration, and remembrance. She's published widely on these topics, and her habilitation was focused on Austrian history. Welcome. last but not least, and definitely more than our token man on the panel, Martin Weiss is the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Salzburg Global Seminar, a position he has held since August of last year, and as I was recently told, the first Austrian to hold the position. Prior to that, he served as the Austrian ambassador to the US between November 2019 and July 2020. He's held multiple other diplomatic postings that, if I went on, we would run out of time, with notable postings in the United States. Welcome, Ambassador. We are honored to have you all join us tonight, and I apologize in advance, I keep apologizing today, to be posing rather open and broad questions and not giving you ample time to sort of respond. I think we all have been given a lot of food for thought with Rachel's speech, and I think each of you will have really interesting perspectives. So when I ask your questions, feel free to sort of be selective in your response with two or so points in your responses, because I tend to ask broad questions. It's a professional deformation of being an academic.